Ooh, we are back again. It almost feels like deja vu up in here, but it is not deja vu. This is episode number 2 tonight of VypDrive, and I got a very special guest on deck. And I see that YouTube has already notified Vipe Nation that we are live. So let's stop wasting time. Let me get into the intro and bring my man in. All right, so episode 57 brings one of the greatest tech YouTubers of all time, one of the original OGs, Mark. All right, we gotta do that again because I'm an idiot. So, take 2. So, episode 57 brings one of the greatest tech YouTubers of all time, one of the original OGs of tech YouTube, Mark Watson, or as you probably better know him as, Soldier Knows Best, is up next on VypDrive, which starts now. What's up, people? This your boy Viper, the man about tech, and welcome back to another episode of VypDrive. This is the podcast about tech, hosted by the man about tech. And tonight, I am bringing in a YouTube tech legend to the podcast. That's right, the one, the only Mark Watson, a.k.a. Soldier Knows Best, is on the podcast. What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How you doing, man?
I am doing all right, man. It's funny, when I was telling people that you're going to be on the podcast tonight, I think we all had the same first thought. You, sir, are one of the very first tech YouTubers most of us have ever watched.
Hey, man. Yeah, I've been around for a while. I'm an old man.
You definitely don't look like an old man, but I'm curious, what got you started on YouTube?
It was, I just graduated college and got commissioned in the Army, and the first iPhone came out, and it was a good amount of buzz about it, but nobody was really getting it at the time. So I decided to go ahead and pick one up, and then I kept getting asked about it. Man, I was walking in the mall, people were like, "Hey, man, you got the iPhone?" I was showing people, telling people about it. And so I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and make a video on YouTube and just, put it up there, give my own, review of the first iPhone. And then from there, I just kind of kept doing it as a hobby.
Man, I mean, what you kept doing as a hobby has lasted over 10 years. Did you ever think you would be on the platform this long?
Nah, man. Back in those days, man, I mean, people were just doing it. Like it was kind of a great time because it wasn't about money. It wasn't about fame or anything like that. We were just doing it just because we wanted to kind of share our voice with the world. So, I was looking back, thinking about some stuff that I've done, and, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy that, a lot of us are just doing this for a living, and I'll never complain about that.
So I guess that's my next question. Are you doing it full time, or is this still a hobby?
No, yeah, I've been full time for a while now. I had a couple years where I took a little bit of break there, but yeah, I've been doing it full time. It's my main thing.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I remember watching you back in the day, and then you just disappeared out of nowhere. You were gone, and then now you're back. So glad to see you back on the YouTube, man. Like I said, you're one of the greats, man. You were one of the first YouTubers I started watching. I mean, man, it just brings back so many memories, like watching you and stuff, man. So I am glad that I get a chance to talk to you tonight. So thank you for joining me, bro.
Hey, no problem.
So you just came back from CES 2020. So what was your experience like out there in Vegas?
It's always a good time. I've been going there for a while. And it's really like a family reunion. We get to see, everybody that's involved in tech. We get to meet up, go to parties, hang out and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a good time just to kind of network out there. That's the kind of the biggest thing I think now for CES. And I saw a couple good things out there, but I think just meeting everybody and just hanging out is the best part.
All right. So I got to know, man, who throws the best CES parties?
Ooh. Oh boy. I mean, I would say this year, I got to give you 3. I can't give you just one. Okay. So Spotify had their Spotify supper, and this is my second year going to it, and they had Ludacris perform. They had some really good food. So that was good. TCL throws a really good party. And then I would say OnePlus. OnePlus usually always finds a very interesting place to kind of hold their get-togethers. It wasn't really like a concert or anything like that, but they found this really cool kind of like barbershop bar or something like that in one of those casinos, and it was a really cool venue.
Yeah, I remember seeing all the pictures from the TCL party, and it looked like that was packed and it was wild.
Yeah, they had it at Top Golf, and they had a concert.
Right.
They had a band performing there, and it was killer. It was good.
Yeah, that, like I said, that definitely looked legit from the pictures I saw on Twitter. So, what was the most intriguing thing that you saw this year at CES?
You know what? It's kind of like little things. Like Samsung has the new SSD that has a fingerprint scanner inside of it. It's like things like that. I mean, I think the average person is not going to be super excited for, but for creators that we travel with a lot of heavy files and stuff like that. That was one of the things. And actually, speaking of TCL, so TCL showed off a foldable phone,
right?
Or their own foldable phone concepts, but they're trying to bring it at a price point, under $1,000. Somewhere around that. And so it's not going to be a spec king or anything like that. But the fact that they're trying to get into that market and bring it down to that low price point it has me interested.
Speaking of TCL, they had like a few phones on deck, all with these amazing displays, and even one with like 5G, but they're going to be selling these phones all for under $600.
Yeah, I mean, they're hitting that price point. This is going to be a big year for 5G. Last year was a really good kickstart for it. But yeah, TCL is getting into the phone game. And I really think 2020 is going to be that year where we have phones that, around this price point, they killer. I mean, they're only going to be really missing a few features that I think consumers really care about versus like the Pro or the Pro super models of whatever phone it is. I think you're going to be able to get a phone around between $500 and $700 that's going to be able to do everything you want it to do, but it's going to be just missing a couple of things from the top of the line version.
No doubt, man. I think last year was kind of the beginning, but this year is definitely going to be a year where the mid-range phones reign supreme. I mean, we thought last year with the Pixel 3a, and then the introduction of the iPhone 11, and then Samsung had the S10e. So I think manufacturers are finally starting to realize that consumers aren't willing to pay all these $1,000 top-level bucks for these smartphones, and they're really trying to make these smartphones more affordable. So I think this year is really going to be the year where that shines through.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you can always put that top of the line high end phone out there, but you got to have that phone where people are going to want to buy it. And I mean, they've seen that trend that people aren't upgrading like they used to, so they got to like kind of bring that heat down to a low level. And I think it's going to be a good year for that.
Yeah, man, no doubt. It's like you said, people are keeping their phones longer than what they used to in the past. So I think manufacturers, like you said, are starting to see that, and they're starting to make the adjustment appropriately to that.
Yeah, we'll see.
So I don't know if you're aware, but I call myself the captain of Team Apple, and I know that you are a big Apple guy. There are rumors that Apple might go to or move to a 2 iPhone launch per year type deal. What are your thoughts on that? Because I'm not really a fan, but what are your thoughts?
I think they have to do that. When you think about it, we have, I don't know how many months, we got a long time to the official next, versions, the next official version of the iPhone. They may release, kind of a mid-tier SE or something like that mid-year, but I think they have to do, I think that will be something that I think they can do it. I think if they have that regular launch of the phones that they're doing now, and they maybe put out like a super premium phone that just, kind of maybe in the springtime, early summertime frame, I think that would be cool. But yeah, they like Samsung has a model now where they're releasing something, they're getting ready to release something here in a few weeks, and then they're going to come back around towards the end of the year with the Galaxy Note and maybe another foldable phone or something like that. And it just keeps people interested, keeps people talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I just feel like Apple has never really had an issue selling iPhones. So why the change though?
I just think it's the competition. I mean, these last couple of years, you got OnePlus, you got all these companies, you got TCL coming in, and I know they're not going to like just destroy all the other phones out there, but it's another competitor to them. And I just know a lot of people, like just from talking to my friends, like a lot of people who are just holding on to their iPhones. They're not upgrading. So I think you got to try to find as many ways you can kind of get them to buy something, and you always got to kind of stay ahead. I mean, they're sitting pretty now, but you always got to be thinking like, okay, we got to keep the engine running, keep everything going. So, and then eventually when they start, hopefully they do a foldable phone or do something like that. I mean, that can kind of help them break up their phone launches.
So you are in the camp of wanting to see Apple do a foldable phone.
Yeah. Like I think everybody should. Everybody should, man.
That was my next question. What are your thoughts on foldables as a whole?
I think it's cool, man. The Galaxy Fold, it's not it's not my primary phone, but the thing is, I saw you talking with Marquez about it, but it's a phone. It's like the S10, but to me, it's one of the best tablets that was released last year. And because I mean, when you unfold it, that's really what you're using a small tablet. Right. And so for me, it's replaced me using my iPad Pro for a lot of things, for gaming, for consuming video and stuff like that. And then when you're just traveling with it, it's nothing better just to be able to unfold it. And I will watch a movie on the plane on this versus just watching it on my phone screen. Where before I would always bring my iPad Pro with me. But the Galaxy Fold, man, it's a good phone. It's one of those devices where you just have to use it. You just got to use it to appreciate it sometimes. And yeah, it's a good phone.
That sounds like something Mark Herrick would tell me, definitely. And it's funny because I was talking to Mr. Mobile last weekend. He's definitely a big proponent of the Galaxy Fold too. I know he carries it a lot during tech shows and things like that. So there seems to be a lot of you all out there that are genuinely enjoying using that Galaxy Fold.
Yeah. It's great for multitasking. It's not for everyone, but it's for, you find yourself just trying to get work done, but also you want to get some play in. I don't play a lot of mobile games like I used to, but I've been playing the Call of Duty here. I've been playing Players Underground, whatever the game is.
Right.
And just because I have that extra screen real estate versus trying to play it on a regular phone's screen. So yeah, man, I'm having fun with this. It's not my primary phone. I took it out for CES for most of my stuff, but it's one of those phones that I typically carry around 2 phones with me, and it's one of those that I've been carrying around recently.
Gotcha. So, did you get a chance to check out the Delta exoskeleton at CES?
No. I saw it. I didn't get a chance to check it out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So that electric vehicles are making a strong charge into 2020 and things like that. What are your thoughts on Teslas and EVs and things like that?
I think Tesla's killing it. Tesla is pushing everybody, man, to do better and pushing them to kind of bring that heat with electric vehicals. The Cybertruck is going to be cool whenever that comes out. And I actually, I know he was talking about Marquez talking about test driving. I drove my first Tesla for the first time out at CES. So I went out to the Red Rocks and I wanted to get some footage for this camera review that I'm doing. And that car, it had me sold. I'm not even a car person, but it had me sold. I'm telling you, just the ride of it, the interface, the braking. I mean, everything about it was just I could see why it has that hype.
That's the same thing he said. He said, once you test drive a Tesla, you just don't go back.
No, man, it's there, man. I mean, it's crazy. They just put everything right in it. The sound system sounds crazy. The navigation, everything is just, they just hit it on the head. I really don't know how these other car companies got away with not putting this amount of tech and stuff like that inside of it, even though they could. It's just a good car.
Yeah,
I was about to say good phone for some reason.
It does seem like Tesla is very far ahead of the game when it comes to electric vehicles and things like that. So people got a lot of catching up to do, but there are other companies coming into the market. I mean, we just saw Ford unveil the Mustang Mach. So, and we got Rivian with their electric truck, and Chevy's always been in there with the Volt and things like that. So there seems to be a lot of competition heating up in the EV game.
Yeah. I mean, they see the money in it. They see that people are ready to buy it. I think getting those charging stations figured out, getting more of those out and stuff like that is always going to be a challenge. But they see the money in it. Tesla is all right, we could do it. And now they're trying to get a little piece of that pie.
Oh, yeah. So like I said, Tesla is running the room right now. Everybody else is trying to catch up with Tesla.
Yeah.
So, question for you. Did you watch MKBHD Smartphone of the Year awards last year, or Smartphone Awards last year?
Yeah.
All right. So that he named the OnePlus 7 Pro Smartphone of the Year. So I'm curious, did you agree with that choice?
For me, I would say for the average consumer, yes. The OnePlus 7 Pro for the price and the performance, and Oh
no! I didn't ask you for the average consumer. I asked for you. Your smartphone of the year.
yeah. I was about to switch it to the 17 real quick for a second, but I did use the 7 Pro a lot earlier. For me, it is a Galaxy Fold. For me, the Galaxy Fold was
okay.
It was a phone that it changes. I never used a phone like this before, right? I never owned a phone like this before. The iPhone 11 Pro is excellent. That's the phone that I've used the most last year and up to this point, and that's been my primary phone almost ever since I got it. But for me, I had so much fun using the Fold, man. It really changed my kind of how I travel and stuff like that, what I carry with me, and the experience of it is just I just never felt it before. So yeah, the Fold for me for last year was my favorite.
Now, how long have you had your Galaxy Fold?
I had it since early December.
Have you felt any durability issue with it, or is it working out pretty okay for you?
No, it's been good. So ever since the first version that they sent out to us, that we got, I do feel that even with that phone, I never felt like it was easy to break or anything like that. It's just like, it's one. The only thing that I tell people when I hand it over to them and they want to try it is just don't press in on the screen when you close it.
Right.
Like just press in on the bottom of it, on the edge of it, and do it like that because the screen is still kind of soft. But other than that, man, I mean, I throw this thing around. I leave it out on my couch, man, and it's hard to break. And there's somebody posted a video on Twitter too where they were going ham with it, man. They were like, like really bending it and stuff like that, and it was still able to survive. So Samsung corrected themselves, they fixed it, and I really honestly don't feel like it's easy to break.
Okay. I mean, like that. I just find it interesting because when you buy a retail version of the phone, there's like this whole splash page of things that you can and can't do with this phone. I'm just like, damn, dude, wow.
Yeah, it's just they want to make sure they want to make. But I think if you're spending this amount of money for the phone, you already know what the deal is about it. Like it shouldn't be any surprises. I don't think they even need that screen anymore because you're paying this much for a phone, and you kind of are probably doing your research on it, right?
I would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I honestly, I took this thing out and I don't baby it at all. Like I use it just like a regular phone. Besides, just like I just got to be a little bit, cautious when I close it. But that's just letting people know not to do it, and I think it's good.
Okay. Yeah. Hopefully, Samsung will like throw that up with the predecessor or the sequel to the Fold because. You really shouldn't have to fill a phone with a whole like warning page of things that you can and can't do. So hopefully the next iteration is more durable. So we don't have to worry about it sustaining like crazy wear and tear on the natural normal use. So I don't know, but
yeah, it's one of the things we'll see. I mean, we'll see how. I mean, I just haven't seen a lot of issues yet, but we'll see how long it lasts. But I think this time next year we'll already have the next version of the official Galaxy Fold. So we'll see. But I think it'll be good. I think it's the first version. It's the first, kind of foldable phone a lot of people are able to get, and it's such a good phone, man. Like I smile a little bit every time I open it.
I believe you. Like I said, I've seen the Fold Army. I've seen all of you all on Twitter between you and Mr. Mobile and Marquez and Mac Weinbach. All y'all are just gushing all over there over the Fold. So I've seen it.
Yeah, man. We rolling deep, man. We're rolling deep. Gotta get you on board, man. We gotta get you on board. Army.
Yeah. Man, I don't get the bank like that, but man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So. Soldier knows best. I mean, and this is kind of a dumb question, but I got to ask anyway. How did you come up with the name?
I don't remember the exact moment, but I don't know. Like I was my very early videos. I was in my uniform, which is a big no-no, right? I wasn't supposed to do it in my uniform, but I did a bunch of my early videos in my uniform, and I just kind of like I don't know. I just think about a name that was catchy. I kind of want to think that Hogan's Knows Best. I think that show was on. Maybe I saw that and just kind of did that one day, but I honestly can't remember. But it definitely has something to do with just me being in an Army and at the time just kind of going with what I was wearing.
Well, whatever happened, man, it worked because, I mean, you're one of the most well-known people in the tech space, so you did good, dude. You did good.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
No doubt, man. So 2020, we got all kinds of technology coming out this year. What are you looking forward to most as far as tech goes in 2020?
I want to get away from phones, man. Like we're I'm looking forward to the foldable phones and all that stuff, but honestly, gaming. I mean, the next PlayStation, Xbox. I think that's going to be.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, they both got to bring that heat to kind of get your money and trying to outdo everyone. And I know that Sony's not doing E3, but which is going to be interesting. Microsoft is just going to take that over. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with that. I mean, 8K gaming sounds a little bit of a stretch. We'll see like which games are actually going to be 8K, whether it's something like Cuphead or something like that. But yeah, they got to bring it, man. I can't wait to see what happens.
Listen, man, I'm getting tired of everybody talking about 8K when half the people don't even have 4K TVs yet. How are we jumping to 8K and we're not even on 4K yet?
Yeah, well, with this, I understand it with these gaming systems because, I mean, you're going to have these things for, 4 or 5 years or something like that. So they got to think ahead. In a couple of years, 8K is going to be hopefully like with the, your streaming services and all that stuff, they'll be hopping on board with it. So I understand it with that. But, with the average consumer, with looking at TVs and stuff like that, it's kind of at the point where they're bringing the prices down. TV prices are dropping. And at CES, we saw a lot of more affordable 8K TVs. So it's going to be kind of like one of those, like, if you're buying a new TV, I don't think you're going to be paying that much more of a premium for 8K this year as opposed to last year. So it's going to be kind of like, why not? If you plan on, like, I don't know how often people upgrade TVs, but If you plan on keeping your TV for 10 years, something like that, it makes sense to get one just to be kind of future proof. But yeah, like even like the S20, man, S20 is gonna, rumored to record in 8K and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see, because a lot of these phones are just trying to maintain 4K level, especially trying to keep up with the iPhone. But it's just one of those things that I think people are just going to put it in everything because to kind of keep up with the rest of the competition.
Yeah, it makes me chuckle when we got companies racing to like put out all these 8K TVs, and like half the population doesn't even have 4K TVs yet.
Yeah,
and even the networks don't even support 4K content, most of them yet. So it boggles my mind. But I mean, I understand that tech moves rapidly, and companies are trying to always be on the bleeding edge of tech. But can we like get to 4K first though? Can we
yeah, yeah. I think it's gonna be like when these streaming services starts pushing it. That's when like, all right. Well, everybody be like, all right, I got to do it now, because I pretty much watch everything streaming now, Netflix or whatever. But
speaking of streaming, have you had a chance to take in Apple TV Plus?
Yeah, it's good. I think I finished the I just want to say the newsroom, but it's not the newsroom, but the morning show.
Yes,
morning show was good. Yeah, definitely good all the way through. Yeah. And I just started. Is it Servient?
Servant, yes.
Servant, yeah. So I'm about 3 or 4 episodes in with that, which I like that. And then I started watching C, but I haven't finished that.
All right, so we got to talk about this Servant stuff for a minute, because people are going gaga on Twitter over this, and I watched all 10 episodes and I still don't get it. But it seems like Andrew Edwards and John Reddinger are like gaga over this Servant stuff, and I'm like, this is not that good. But I know that's just my own personal opinion. But I don't know, man. Maybe you got to be an M. Night Shyamalan fan. I watched all the episodes. I never knew what the hell was going on. And to me, even the finale didn't really like tie up all the loose ends. But man, I mean, when you finish watching it, I'll ask you what you thought about it, and then we can talk about it maybe. But I don't know, man. But everybody seems to be enjoying it, so I'm pretty sure you'll probably enjoy it too.
Yeah, it's good so far. I like the way they shot it. A lot of good close-ups of people's faces and things like that. Like I'm a big fan of him and his work he's done. But yeah, I like it so far. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at the point where we're trying to figure out what's going on. But yeah, I like it.
Yeah. To me, the morning show is the best show on streaming television, period, man. That show was so good. Yeah. Oh my God, it was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. But I gotta tell you, man, outside of streaming services, it was on USA. You watch Mr. Robot?
I think I watched maybe the first few episodes of the first season, but that's about it.
Dude, like that was my like that's up there next to Breaking Bad. I know you started watching Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah, I tore through that. I watched all 5 seasons over my Christmas break, and man, that show is good.
Yeah, Mr. Robot is one of those like slow burns a little bit. Like it has I think the second season, one of those seasons was a little slow, but I mean that show, man, that was like one of my all-time greatest shows. Like it's good. I recommend that to everyone.
Yeah, from what I watched back in the day, it started off pretty well. I just didn't keep up with it, but I know it did start off pretty well, so I can definitely give you that.
Yeah,
man. So Samsung, they're coming out with S20 galore this year. We got the S20, the S20 Plus, the S20 Ultra, and this S20 Ultra, man, this thing is coming with a 108 megapixel camera, coming with a 40 megapixel front-facing camera, coming with like 30 times optical zoom. Like, what do you think about what Samsung can bring it to the table this year?
With the the megapixel counts, I don't get too excited with them.
Right.
We've seen this, go through phases with smartphones where everybody's pushing the megapixels. I just want to see the end result. Like, I don't care what you got to do with it, how many megapixels and all. I just want to see the pictures, because with the Pixel phones, I don't even know the megapixel count of the cameras. They just do a lot of their stuff with the software, right? And
right.
I like the way those photos look. So with Samsung, I think with the cameras that they had on the S10, especially on the Note 10 Plus, were good. I think they were good for photos and videos. Behind the iPhone, they were like the best kind of pound for pound, blow for blow for cameras, for photos and videos. But I think if they really can improve the live focus video with the cameras, if they can somehow, like with this new phone, really improve that could be a really big replacement for, for me. Like I use the iPhone 11 Pro for a lot of my B-roll shots at CES this year. But if Samsung can improve that, I can see me really getting excited for the cameras. But megapixels sound great. I just want to see how they look, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna kill it.
with all that tech they got on board of that phone, it better be a better live focus. I mean, good Lord. I mean, how much more tech can you put into a phone?
Yeah, 8K live focus coming.
right. Like, man, I mean, we already at infinity. I mean, we can't go that much more beyond. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Samsung is like, they're done playing around, man. They're done messing around.
Right.
They want to put out a phone that you're still going to be talking about at the end of the year. Like, I think because that's what happens at the end of the year. iPhone, Pixel, and all these other phones start to kind of take people's eyes off of it.
I mean,
but this phone, the specs, the 5,000 milliamp, all that stuff.
Right.
I mean, it's gonna be hard for anybody to. I think other phones are gonna be able to come either match it, but I don't see a lot of people going above what Samsung is doing as far as the specs.
Right. I mean, but are they going to leave anything for the Galaxy Note 20 though? I mean, are they going to leave anything?
Yeah. Well, the Note's always been like, just a slightly better version of the whatever the S10 Plus or whatever phone is.
Right.
And to me, it feels very similar just with the S Pen. Right. So I'll be interested to see what they do with the S Pen this year. And there's only so much you can do with the stylus, but that's really the big selling point of the phone. Like if it didn't have the S Pen, it would just be, the Galaxy S20 plus. You know what I'm saying? So I think if they're going to continue the Galaxy Note, they got to find more ways to make it that phone, the true to everything phone. And we'll see.
No doubt. Hey, Buzz703, man. Thank you for the super chat, sir. Six Underground on Netflix. I watched that. That is an awesome movie with Ryan Reynolds and a bunch of other people in there. Oh, that movie was good.
I haven't seen it yet.
You should definitely watch that. I think you will enjoy it. That's a good movie. So there is a thought, or maybe like rumors, that Samsung may consolidate the Galaxy Note and Fold lines into one phone. What do you think about that possibility?
I think that would make sense. Because the Galaxy Fold, if they ever bring S Pen support to it, once they convert over to glass screens and stuff like that, it makes sense. That it feels like it feels just right with that phone. Where the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, if they really just took the S Pen and allowed it to work on the regular S20 phones, it would feel like a Galaxy Note. So I think that would make it special. And I think at a point where Samsung and all these other companies are going to get really serious, like I think they'll just have an event for foldable devices. Foldable tablets for foldable phones, clamshell phones, the Galaxy Fold type of tablet phones. I think that instead of like having that Galaxy Note launch, that would be this own unpacked, its own launch eventually. And then early in the year, they'll have the S20s and stuff, or just a regular Galaxy lineup of phones.
Yeah, there's a thought that there might be some flexible glass out there that could take an S Pen, like doing things on it. Because right now with the regular Fold, of course, you can't use an S Pen on that. That would just be suicide for that phone. But there are some thoughts that they might have developed some flexible OLED glass that could take advantage of an S Pen. So it's an intriguing possibility for sure.
Yeah. I don't think we'll see it this year, but they have to be working on it. They got to be working on it. And that will be it'll suck to see the Galaxy Note if they just totally kill it or something like that. It'll suck to see it go, but that really was a phone that allowed us to be using all these big phones. Like I remember the first Note came out, I was like, man, this is ridiculous. Nobody can use this big phone. Then that thing fits in the palm of my hand, it feels like. And now we all using these big phones. So yeah, the Galaxy Note had its time, and we'll see if they keep it around. But if not, they get converted over to the Fold. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will be okay with that. Armadillo Tech, man, thank you for the super chat. As far as needing a dummy for the S20, I think I'm okay now, man. If I change my mind, I'll let you know. But I think I'm good for now. But appreciate the super chat, sir. Thank you. So we know new iPhones are coming later on this year. It's rumored that they're going to be coming with 5G. A 120 hertz refresh promotion display, whatever you want to call it. What are you looking forward to, or what are you looking for to be included with the new iPhone?
To be honest, cameras and battery. I did my last video on the iPhone, how they nailed those two basics of any smartphone, cameras and batteries. Mm-hmm. If they improve on that, I'm like, iOS is already to the point where I'm locked into the ecosystem. It works great. I want to see some extra stuff with it, of course. But, cameras and batteries are the two things that I hear that people complain about. And a lot of times when I look at tech, I listen to what my friends who aren't techies, they're just like people who own phones or tablets, but I listen to what they have concerns about and stuff like that. Or if they ask me about a new phone, it's usually the cameras and battery life that they're concerned about, not the screen, not the, all this other stuff. So if they move to 6K video or something like that, and I don't think Apple would jump up to 8K, but if they just continue whatever magic they're doing with their cameras, and then bump up that battery life, I'm happy, man. I think they got a winner.
Yeah, I think It was funny because when we saw the leak last year ongoing for the iPhone 11, I was one of those people like, you can skip this. It's not going to be that big of an update. But then I actually got the phone in my hand, dude, and like, wow, I was shocked and amazed at just the amount of tweaks and refinements that went into making that the best iPhone experience yet. And it's like, it's not nothing major, but it's just a total of all the tweaks and refinements that Apple did for the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max last year, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it's just one of those phones you can't go wrong with. Like it's like a lot of phones claim all day battery life, right? And but the iPhone is truly all day battery. Like if I start my day with like 80%, I'm good. Like as long as I have like 80%, and no matter how much I use the phone, I'm good until nighttime around this time where I'm getting ready to turn down anyway. But it's the optimization. So it's not always about how many milliamps that you have in your battery. It's about how you use it. And Apple optimizes their phones to really take advantage, at least with these iPhone 11s, to take advantage of the battery the best.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So, like I said earlier, we know that 5G might be 5G is rumored to be on board with the new iPhone. What do you think about 5G as it stands right now?
I think it's in a good spot right now because I mean all the networks are lighting everything up now. Last year we just saw them, putting it out and It was coming around. But I think at this point now it's at the point where I would be happy with just using a 5G phone, and I'll be happy with the connectivity if it was here in St. Louis, of course. But when I've used it in other cities, it's been fine. So I think that the timing of the iPhone is perfect because if Apple did this last year, it would have just crashed the networks, I believe. But it'll be interesting to see if Apple brings 5G just to like the Pro iPhones.
Right.
I don't know whether they'll bring it down to the 11 and stuff like that, because that would be a good selling point, to try to get people to buy the higher end phone. So I'm thinking they may do that.
Yeah, there have been rumors that they're going to bring 5G to all of them, but I'm with you. I think it would probably be a better selling point if they just include it with the Pro model.
Yeah, I don't want them to do that. I wish they'd bring it to everything, but just thinking from a business standpoint, it would make sense that extra level of thing to kind of say it's Pro, versus everything else.
Right. So going back to the last thing that you mentioned about the iPhone 11 having a better camera and battery life. I'm curious to get your thoughts when it comes to the average consumer, Mark. What do you think they value more when they're looking for a new smartphone? Do you think they value camera more, or do you think the average consumer value battery more?
I honestly think it's battery.
Okay.
I mean, how many people complain like you either taking around a portable charger, you're trying to you're at the bar, you're like, hey man, can you gas in the bar and can you plug your phone in? And I think it would be easy to say cameras because that's you start posting pictures online, people see other people's pictures and stuff like that, they're interested. But I think at the end of the day, battery life is one of those things that can make and break you. Like I don't when I'm using this iPhone, I don't bring around a portable battery pack or anything like that with me. I'm not bringing an extra cable just in case. I know I can get through the entire day. And I think that's more valuable than a lot of stuff. Then it's nothing worse than being out and your battery about to die, or getting ready to go out and you look down and your battery sucks. So I think it's battery. I would say that. What do you think, chat room? I'm looking in the chat.
You looking at y'all.
Yeah, what y'all think, cameras or batteries?
Yeah, dude, what do y'all think is more important than a smartphone, camera or battery? Me personally, I would say camera because I mean, when we're out, we're not really out that long. I guess I should say, if you leave your house with a fully charged phone, then you won't really need a battery because you can charge your battery when you get back home and things like that. But if you're away from a power source from a long time, then yeah, you'll want the best battery possible. But I think most people look for a camera before they look for battery. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, like for me, it is cameras. I just think that I don't know. The cameras are so good now. Like, I mean, if you have a phone that you got in the last 3 years, I mean, like Marquez does with his blind smartphone camera test, you can see that. I mean, all these phones putting out really good pictures. When it comes to the videos, the iPhone just kills everything. But when it comes to photos, it's really good. But you saw where Apple, man, they were throttling in their phones because they're trying to preserve battery life and stuff like that. The iPhone 10s and belows. And I just feel like with these 11s, they just said, all right, we're gonna make sure you don't have any complaints about the batteries. And I think when you just look at, especially for us reviewers, when we got the phone, the number one, the number one thing, well, I don't know. It was kind of neck and neck with people talking about the cameras and the batteries, but I don't know. That battery life is just something else, man.
I don't know. It seems like we got a lot of battery people in the chat. I see how it is, y'all. I see how it is. There we got battery there. Shannon said battery. Yeah, everybody talking about battery. Okay. All right. I see y'all. Nothing wrong with that. Oh man, but man, you know what I'm really looking forward to, Mark, this year with iPhones though? The return to Qualcomm modems, baby.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
Intel modems are crap. I am so glad we're going back to Qualcomm. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Thank you, Jesus. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Dude, that was a big win, man. I know Qualcomm is happy, man, and that was a long battle. It was weird, man. It was kind of like, you saw them, man. You knew that they wanted to work it out because they know that they both could benefit from each other, but they were headstrong. They just nobody wanted to give in. The lawyers are going back at it.
Right.
It's kind of like wasn't it Brad Pitt at the SAG Awards and what's it called, Jennifer Aniston or something like that, his ex. Yeah, it's kind of he was trying to hold on to her rest. He didn't want to let her go. It was kind of like that, man. Both of those companies, they don't want to get back together. They wanted to get back together. Now they finally did it. Now they're happy.
That's a hell of an analogy there, right there. But yeah, you're right. I mean, come on now. Anybody who's used an iPhone for the past 2 or 3 years knows that when you use that iPhone next to that Android will smoke it in an LTE feed, man. Come on.
Yeah, I noticed it a lot on the plane too, man. Like I'm on the plane, and when I was using the connectivity just wasn't there. But my Android phone is still kind of getting there. When we're sitting on the tarmac ready to leave, but that's where I really noticed it. But yeah, it's going to be a win for everybody. Qualcomm's getting those big contracts in, getting those orders in, and Apple's going to be able to make a better phone.
Yes, I am definitely a fan. Being the captain of Team Apple that I am definitely a fan of having the best possible iPhone, which wasn't possible the past few years. But finally this year, we get the best possible iPhone, and I'm excited about that. Definitely.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah. So, what is coming up next for Social Note Best in the YouTube channel?
I got my videos. Got a couple of videos on the Insta360 1R. Really cool modular action camera, 360 camera mod, a regular 4K camera mod, and 1-inch camera mod. I was waiting for some software updates for that, so finally got those in. And then I got a bunch more Apple focused videos talking about Apple in general, the ecosystem, and things like that. And then whatever Galaxy, whatever Samsung announces next month at their Unpacked, that'll be like one of the first big phone launches and things like that. So can't wait for that.
Now, will you be at the Unpacked event next month?
Yeah, I'm going.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, I know you've been to a few Apple events. So what is the experience like at an Apple event?
Yeah. I went to one, the iPhone 10 launch, and that was cool. Like the biggest thing for us creators is that in the hands-on area, when you're able to get hands-on with the phones and record your footage, a lot of these companies have horrible lighting. Like whatever, the lighting sucks, and it's just I'm like, you didn't think about this beforehand, like so. With Apple, that area, when you walk out of the theater, you walk basically right into the hands-on area, and it's just like, I don't know, when the sun's shining down, I got that California sunlight, it's just like God is just like, okay, Apple, here, it's your day. It's just like God's just focusing all the pure light from all the windows, and it's like the perfect light, man. So that was the best part of it. But they just run a smooth operation. It's everything's flawless, and everybody's really nice. And I got a chance. One of the biggest things, I was there before, like an hour or so before, and they invite Apple employees, just random Apple employees from around the world to come out to these events sometimes. And I ran into somebody, I started talking to him. He used to watch my channel, and just a young kid, and we just started talking, just chit-chatting. And he was like, "Hey, man, you seen Marquez? Hey, but you seen iJustine?" And I was like, "Yeah, they're over there. Go say something." And so it's just really cool to see that. It's really just cool to see the employees are truly just happy to work there. So that's cool.
Yeah, Apple definitely seems like they foster a culture of happiness and genuine love for Apple products. I mean, why shouldn't they? They built a whole brand for the past 40 plus years off of excellent product, excellent customer experience, and customer service. So shout out to Apple, man. That's why I love using their product. They legit.
Man, I call them the LeBron James of tech. A lot of people are going to debate they're never going to be the absolute best in any one category, not all the time, but they're consistent. Like you can't, like they're consistent. They're going to be pretty good in almost every single thing that they do. And they just keep going on. The AirPods, all this stuff is, other people are doing it, but Apple just has, like, they try to get those basics done well. And that's why their products are succeeding.
Okay. Now, you just said the LeBron James of tech. So I got to ask you, Michael Jordan or LeBron James? This is not a thought. What are you doing over there? Really?
I think when it's all said and done, if LeBron can get LA, one, or 2 titles, I'm putting him over Jordan, man.
What?
I'm putting him over Jordan.
What?
I'm putting him over Jordan.
What? How?
I'm putting him over Jordan. Because this is, if he plays for 20 years and he still is in the MVP running, like he is now, like I don't think he'll be MVP this year, but he's in the conversation. Like if he does that and brings another title and then eventually plays with his son on the team once his son graduates high school. I mean, the dude has been playing so many minutes, man. Look at his averages, man. He still is up there as one of the best. Like, look, I like Jordan. Look, Jordan I got the memories of Jordan. Nobody, and like Jordan will still be there, but I'm talking about just from his resume on the basketball court. Jordan is like my favorite player to watch. I like watching Jordan way more than I like watching LeBron. How can you deny if LeBron, like if he continues, he doesn't get injured, how can you deny it, man? How can you deny it?
How can that even come out of your mouth? We're talking about the only player that I know of that went to 6 NBA finals, went 6 MVP, won all 6 championships.
Only 6 though. Why? He only went to 6. LeBron has been to what, 8, 9 now? I don't.
He lost though.
But no. I'd rather a player get to more than just go perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like what Jordan played for what, 14 years, something like that. What happened to those other years?
Oh my!
What happened?
Oh wow! I can't believe it.
All I'm saying is, and then LeBron. Okay, you got the Dallas series. There's no excuse for that. I ain't giving no excuse. But every other, like the first series against San Antonio, come on, man. His team was garbage. You know, he shouldn't even made it there, but he made it to the like. Look, man.
You know what? If you want to, even if you want to say LeBron is the better athlete, I have trouble with that. But at least I can see that. But the flat out say LeBron is better than. Oh man,
the numbers speak for themselves. He's already played more minutes than him. Like Jordan took a year off. Like Jordan took a year off for, baseball. Right. not gambling. It was baseball. So you're telling me if LeBron wins the MVP in like year 18, 19, and he plays for like 20, 21 years, and he still maintains something close to the level that he's playing now. Come on.
I don't care if he wins it in 2050. He ain't better than Jordan. He's not better than Kobe.
Kobe?
Yeah, Kobe. Right. You get up.
Wait, LeBron's not better than Kobe?
Oh, he's not even better than Kobe. Come on, man. Kobe, that's right, Kobe.
No, dude, no, I can't let you do that. No, I can't let you do
what you're doing.
Kobe's great, man, but Kobe ain't LeBron, man. So here's the thing with Kobe and Michael. Somebody unsubscribe. But here's with Kobe and Michael, you look at their last years, man. They weren't the same. Like everybody forgets when Jordan went to the Wizards. He was okay, but that tendonitis in his knees, man, he just wasn't the same. And Kobe wasn't the same either. So I'm just saying, like, if LeBron stays healthy, because he's a machine.
Yeah, Kobe tore his Achilles. Of course he wasn't the same. Well, LeBron tells him the Achilles, he won't be flying no more either.
I'm just saying, LeBron doesn't seem injury prone. I'm just saying, like, if LeBron remains healthy and still is playing to what he is now in year 20. How can you? I mean, it's kind of hard. Like, it's kind of hard to go against that. Like, it's not Kobe's fault that he got injured, but it is what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think we're out there agree to disagree on this conversation.
we need to have gotta have a sports podcast.
We got to talk about sports sometimes. I'm in a little tech, but I appreciate you, man. They told you no word back. Oh my God, I don't even know where to go from there. Where do we go from there? Oh my goodness. Oh man,
MJ my dude, but LeBron, I think he's gonna have the better career at the end of it.
I don't know. I don't know about all that, bro. But I mean, man, y'all know y'all love y'all some LeBron, but come on, man. Oh man, what else is going on? What else is going on? Okay, so back to tech here. I think that we have pretty much reached apex smartphone, right? I mean, there's not too much more we can do with smartphone hardware. So I think the next frontiers as far as technology goes is going to be augmented reality and AI, artificial intelligence. Actually, you just did like a video, I think, on AI, I think not so long ago.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on the next frontiers of mainstream tech?
I think it is going to be those wearables. I think, I like Google Glass type stuff, but, looking better and stuff like that. There's a company called Foldables that their first version was okay, but they're working on the second version. It's just glasses that have the displays and stuff like that you can see and get information. I think that's it. I think that is the way where, because phones right now, you're just holding it in your hand. Besides foldable phones, I mean, there's nothing, it's only so much you can do with this. So that if you're just having somewhere where you got contact lenses, I know a company is going to be working on some more contact lenses that you can give you that same type of effect.
Right.
That's it. That's where we're going to be at. Total hands-free, just being able to have that stuff. And we're going to eventually, I think in a few years, we're going to be at the point where you may not even want to take your phone unless you just want to take pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think like between a combination of artificial intelligence and augmented reality, like you said, the Focus by North, did you get a chance to try those out at all?
No, I haven't get a chance.
Yeah, those look pretty cool, man. Like, it's pretty cool that they're working on a version 2, but it will be interesting to see where they go with that. But we already know that I think we're there. And it was rumored last year that Apple might be working on some VR headset or AR glasses. So I'm hoping they're doing that, because that would be pretty interesting to see what Apple does with AR glasses.
Yeah, it seems like Apple is like they're waiting for that next big. They're working on something big. It feels like they're working on something big. They already know where these companies already know where the stuff that we're gonna be using in the next 5 years for sure. And I think with AR, because they were really big on AR, a couple of years ago with the iPad launches, all that stuff, showing a lot of that stuff on stage. So I think that is definitely where they're gonna go. VR is cool. VR, the Oculus Quest was my favorite device of last year. I use it almost every single day. Like VR is here to stay. Facebook and Oculus are really pushing behind that. So, I think that those type of things, once the consumers get comfortable with it and get comfortable with people having this stuff on glasses and stuff like that, I think that's going to be the next big step for tech.
Okay. So you said VR here to stay, and I agree. But I think that long-term AR has more brighter future than VR, because AR does not take us out of the current world that we're in, and it seems to be more mobile-centric than VR. What are your thoughts about that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, AR is something that you just use naturally throughout the day. VR is like, all right, I want to like experience a game or experience, something. But AR is one of those things that it'll become like a watch or something that you just put it on and you're not really thinking, you're using it, but you're not really thinking about using it. It's just kind of integrated in your daily life. Where VR is one of those things that at night when I'm chilling, I'm done working, I'll put that on and experience something. And so, I don't, with the Oculus Quest, if you have to cover your face and your eyes or something, that will never be, as convenient as AR.
Definitely. So, we talked about gaming a little bit earlier. You were talking about PlayStation, Xbox. So are you a PlayStation guy or are you an Xbox guy?
I'm mostly an Xbox guy.
Okay.
I think PlayStation has, for me, the better console exclusive games.
Yeah.
But I think with the Xbox, I don't know, a lot of my friends have it, and I think just for playing like a lot of multiplayer games and stuff like that, and just the integration of it, having your TV pass through it is huge. And that's like one of the biggest things for me, just being able to swap between watching TV and then integrating with that. It's one of the big things. But PlayStation got the best exclusives.
Yes, absolutely. Spider-Man last year. Oh my God. Or whenever it was made. Oh God, it was amazing. Yeah. Have you ever been to E3?
Yeah, I went a few years ago. Yeah.
It makes me sad that it seems like E3 is kind of diminishing year over year now. What are your thoughts on E3 like slowly fading into the dust, man? It kind of makes me sad.
Yeah, well, I see a lot of similarities between that and CES. Maybe not as drastic as E3, but you find these companies like having their own personal events. Right. Because they can control the narrative. They can control that week of information, because when Samsung holds their Unpacked, good luck if you're another company trying to announce something, because everybody's going to be covering that. Whereas Samsung at CES, I mean, they announced some things, but it's so many other things going on. They can't be the absolute star of the show because everybody else is a part of it. Right. So with E3, you see with Sony pulling out, E3 sucks a little bit more because it's really only it's only a couple people that are releasing consoles. So the fact that they just like not doing E3 at all, that's a big. I know E3 is not happy about that. So But I think that we'll see a lot more of that with these companies where they're spending a lot of money for these things, and I think they'll rather just they'll control that news block for that whatever week instead of just trying to share it with somebody else.
Man, I know you're probably right. It just makes me sad, man. I remember back in the day when E3 was it. Like if you were unveiling a new console or you just wanted to be at the spot for a video game conference, E3 was it. And it's just sad that E3 it seems to be going by the way. And I really hope that doesn't happen to CES because I mean CES is like the biggest tech show of the entire year, every year. And I'm hoping to get there one day myself. I really don't want to see CES go away, but man, technology is just changing the way we do things, and it's just I don't know, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, CES. I don't think CES will ever go away. A lot of it's really a great show for the smaller companies, even more so than the big companies. To be honest with you, just smaller companies that have their faces. They have the ability to just get hands on with other people and let them see their things. But E3 is like you said. Between console launches, they're just announcing new games for the most part, and Nintendo does their directs where they just do it online, and it still gets buzz, right? So, you think looking at these companies spending millions of dollars sometimes at these shows, like they're like, well, why do we do that? Why don't we just do it in house? Invite people to come over, the media to come over and cover it, save money, and still get the same type of exposure. So, I don't know how E3 can make up for it, but I don't know.
Yeah, Shannon is talking about she thought there was a controversy about E3. Well, last year apparently every journalist and tech person and things that attended, they all got their addresses exposed in a leak. So that was not a good look for E3 at all. So, but Sony had pulled out the year before anyway. So Sony had been pulling out of E3 previous to that, but that didn't make it any better for E3. So we're about at the end of the podcast, but I want to give you guys a few minutes to ask Social Note Best some questions. So if you guys got any questions for my man, let me know and we can highlight them and he can answer them and we can go from there. So this is chat time. Man.
Michael Pepper waiting for more augmented sound experiences like beyond virtual surround sound. Yeah. I'm not a huge audio guy. I can appreciate good audio. But they can do that more of that sound experiences, but especially with VR. I know there's more things where you can actually wear and stuff like that to really feel, what you're doing in VR and stuff like that. But
what do you think about AirPods Pro?
I think they're good. They're good. I mean, the Sony WF 1000 XM3s, you gotta get a new name. These are really good too. It's just that when I'm using my iPhone, the AirPods they're integrated better.
Absolutely.
But if I'm using something else, I really like using these Sonys. Because I feel like the sound quality is just a little bit better, and then noise cancellation I think is a little bit better too. But the AirPods is they're so recognizable. Everybody knows the name, and they just but that's a big thing. Like, how can I tell somebody to get the Sonys? What are they? The Sony WF-1. Come on, you got to change that name, and then it's just AirPods. You know what I'm saying? It's something as little as that Apple gets right. And a lot of these companies don't get it right. So.
I don't know what's wrong with Sony. So the over-ear ones are called the WH-1000 XM3s, and then you got the earbuds that are called the WF-1000 XM3s. Like, I'm a techie, so I know that, and I love Sony's headphones, but the average everyday person is not going to know that, and they're not going to even try to figure that out. So I agree with you. Sony needs to come up with a better naming convention for their headphones, like yesterday. Seriously.
A simple name. It will make it easier on them. I know they're tired of having to say that long name and type it out. Because these are great, man. I did a video covering these. These are awesome. But you gotta get those names. Gotta get those names in order.
Yeah, but I love the AirPods Pro, man. The noise cancellation is legit.
They're at the point where if I need it, I still choose my WHs for when I'm on a plane or something. But if I'm going on a short flight or something, if I'm going to Chicago, 45-minute, 50-minute flight, I'll just use one of these two because the noise cancellation is great, and I'll rather just have this instead of having my over the ears and having to deal with those.
No doubt. Speaking of Chicago, man, if you're ever coming back to the area, man, please let me know. I'd love to meet you, bro.
Yeah, man, I gotta get it up there more, man. I gotta get up there more. Check out some more 5G.
oh yeah, we got it in phase down here, man. So where are you from, actually?
I was born and raised in Norfolk, Virginia. Okay. And then after that, I've been all over. But I've been here in St. Louis for about 11 years.
That's right. You're down there with CJ No Tech and C Kid. That's right. Yeah. Right. Oh, you could just drive up to Chicago and you're good. Okay.
I know, man. I catch that Amtrak up there too.
No doubt.
Relaxation.
All right. So do we have any more questions for Social Note Beth before I let him go? I don't want to hold him up too long, y'all. So y'all got any questions? Let me know. But yeah, we have the Unpacked event coming up next month, and then WWDC is in June, and then Google I/O coming.
Yeah, then again, MWC coming up in February.
Are you going to Barcelona?
No, a sponsor was. I was talking with a couple of companies about it. I went last year, kind of really last minute with Qualcomm, but I'm not planning on it. Okay. But if a sponsor comes up, I'll and that's just like if a sponsor comes up, I'm definitely not going to pay to go this last minute. But we'll see. But there's a lot of good stuff coming out, so I'll be busy anyway. But it'll be good.
All right, we got an interesting question from Michael Pepper Tech Talk. If you could meet anyone living or dead, who would you meet and why?
I would say living or dead. I don't know, man. Maybe Bruce Lee.
Bruce
Lee would be good.
Oh yeah.
To hear him talk, get a little training in, and just like I think his philosophies were more impact. Like just watching some of his interviews that he has a black and white one. I forgot who was interviewing, but it's in black and white, and he's just talking about. That's when he's talking about water and how to beat up water and stuff like that. But that entire interview was really good. So I think he'll be interesting. I think he'll be a funny guy too. I think he'll be funny.
Oh yeah, Bruce Lee is definitely one of the OGs, no doubt, man, no doubt.
Yeah, I would like to see him in MMA, man. Sucks. That'd be good to see.
that would have been wild. Yeah. So we got Armadillo trolling here talking about some whooping better LeBron, Lavin and Jimmy Butler. Really? Is this really a question? That's not a question. Come on, man.
No. LeBron, man. LeBron. Simple Beth, what inspired my military service? Pretty much everybody in my family has something to do with the military at some point, whether it's just ROTC or they served in the Army or Navy or Air Force. So it's kind of one of those things. I did ROTC in high school, then I did it in college, and I just had the bug for it. And military is definitely a good base. It's a good base for you in life. You go through some crappy times, but that makes everything else seem better. But yeah.
Definitely. Now, I know you got military training, but are you like formally training any of the martial arts or mixed martial arts or anything like that?
No, nothing officially. I got a couple boys out here that are trying to get me to do jiu-jitsu, so I think I may want to take that up. But in the Army, we do combatives, which is it's a simplified form of MMA. A lot of the same principles, but we don't do it all the time. But I've had some of that and learned like really good basics that are good for it.
Hey, let me give you a heads up. If you go jiu-jitsu, watch out because I just think is doing jiu-jitsu too.
Oh, really? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I just think I just think, man, she's the if I think about a YouTuber like all time great, it'll be I just think because she's done everything. Like
man.
Gaming, she's been doing it forever too.
Oh yeah. And I have tried to get her on here, but I haven't been able to do it yet. But I'm trying to get her on, man. But yeah, she's one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, man. Like it's just consistency. When you talk about he's LeBron James of YouTubers.
Oh man. But yeah, she is definitely legit, man.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna wrap it up there. So for those of y'all watching in the YouTube live stream, thank you for supporting. And if you super chatted tonight, thank you guys. I appreciate you. For those of y'all listening on audio only, thank you very much. If you want to support the podcast, there will be links in the show notes. But my man, Soldier Knows Best, thank you for joining me, man. Been a pleasure.
Hey, no problem, man. Thanks for having me. Anytime.
Before we go, though, let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, find me on YouTube, Soldier Knows Best, and then just Google Soldier Knows Best. You'll find all my social media.
Yeah,
but definitely check me out on Instagram. Instagram, it's Mark Watson on there, my real name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no doubt.
I'm official for that
one. No doubt, man. But we about to get up out of here, you all. Thank you. Have a good night. And till the next time, this your boy Viper, the man about tech. You know where to find me. So come back for more. Get up out of here on the live.